The habits that made me over $5 million in real estate wholesaling. What's up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to break down the best consistent habits that I have in my real estate wholesaling business and on my entrepreneurship journey that has helped me make millions of dollars in assignment fees, flipping houses, millions of dollars in just income that I've made in all the businesses and in my entire entrepreneurship venture out here that has helped me consistently make millions of dollars in real estate wholesaling. So without further ado, before we break it down, do me a big favor and smash that like button and subscribe, and let's break it down. So the first and foremost, what I could tell you that's made me probably the most money in any business venture that I've tried, basically in anything that I've had an end goal in, has always stemmed from consistent action. And consistent action has given me the best results because consistent action is discipline. And from a lot of great quotes out there, but it is absolutely true that discipline equals freedom. That has given me the best results and the best success possible in real estate wholesaling. I know a lot of people out here, they don't have a lot of discipline in their lives. And the truth is, when you look at the top 1% of people out here, income earners, people that are starting their own businesses, the people that are successful, a lot of them have consistent action and they stay disciplined. So there's a lot of things in that's made me a lot of money. So like number one is I've tried my best to consistently wake up the same time every single day. That's always made me feel my best and at just my best when talking to sellers, when doing my marketing, when doing my real estate stuff. That's always helped me out. I've always consistently had a schedule of my work. So if I'm consistently working from this time to this time, it works really, really well for me because I work really well with schedules. That's something that's always helped me, but I've always made a consistent schedule of working. So like if I had any free time in between there, social media can creep up into you and steal your time when you're working. I never had that because I've scheduled out time block that time for this specific thing. This is why I time block on YouTube channels or whatever to actually help you guys out in real estate wholesaling. I don't do anything else during that time block that I have timed out. And that's always helped me out the most. Consistent action. I've always worked out every single day, 5 days a week. Makes me feel like I'm at my best. It makes me feel good, makes me feel accomplished. And that is one consistent habit that I always have that's always helped me really well. This kind of breaks back to consistent action. Like I like to meal prep for the week, so all my meals are kind of made. So I have as much time as possible. That's something I consistently schedule out, and that always helps me out. Number two here is never beat a dead horse. This is a big habit that I've always had in my mind, especially in every facet of a real estate wholesaling business, is just never beating a dead horse. And what I mean by never beating a dead horse, never being a dead horse is if I figure out something that just doesn't work, I'm not going to keep going at that. I've tried Facebook ads, I've tried pay-per-click, I've tried all the crazy marketing habits out here in real estate wholesaling, and a lot of them I've broken even. Some I've actually lost money, and I figured out those they don't work. I don't try it again. I've spent a lot of money marketing. It's like I've tried every which way, hired people to do it right. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, I'm just not going to go after it and do it. I have a very key philosophy in my real estate wholesaling business is if it works, double, triple, quadruple down on it and go after it, right? And if something's not working, that's it. Same thing in life. Like if you have a grudge against somebody, or if someone has a certain habit that you don't like and you're upset every single time they do that habit, I don't agree with that because it's a dead horse. You know that person's going to say something mean or so. Like, don't be upset at it if you know it's going to happen consistently. Like the Dolphins, we consistently don't make the Super Bowl, and I don't beat the dead horse. I know we're probably not going to go to the Super Bowl this year. Just kidding, we're going to the Super Bowl this year. This is toxic with my Dolphins, but I can tell you guys, don't beat a dead horse in this business. If somebody has wronged you in this business or you've had a bad employee, don't go back to them. Don't be the dead horse and try again. If it's not working, just don't revamp it. I've had bad business partners try to come in on certain deals me and Rick have. And, if you have tried to screw me over once, I'm not going after it again. That was one principle that's always helped me out a lot. Number three, this is a very controversial one, but this is one that I've taken to my heart, and that's always helped me out a lot. And this is working on the weekends. I think this is one key habit that I always have that's always made me successful. No, I don't work 15 hours a day on the weekends, but I do schedule time on the weekends to go work. Maybe it's 4 or 5 hours, but it's during the time that if I'm hanging out with friends for let's say we go to the beach or we go to like a basketball game on the weekend, like a Saturday or something like that, or I see my friends, and like we're gonna do something from like, I don't know, 10 a.m. to, I don't know, 2 a.m. Like we're having a fun day somewhere, go travel somewhere. I'm gonna like work. Like if I'm in a car ride with my buddies, I'm gonna go work for like 3 or 4 hours. I might get up at like 6 a.m. and just do 4 hours of work, or like in the hotel room or something. Like I'm going to always find a way to work 4 or 5 hours a day, Saturday and Sunday, because that gets me an extra 10 hours a week of work. And if you do 10 hours a week of work for 52 weeks, that's 520 weeks. That is legit. Like that is like 2 to 3 months of extra work. And if you do 2 to 3 months of extra work for like 10 years straight, that's a lot. Like that's just having an extra year of work that being done, and that just doubles your efficiency. And especially when you're doing the work that I do, it works really, really well. It helps me look at market trends, stuff that I don't do on like a consistent basis. I don't get a lot of calls going on the weekends from other people, like work wise, and it gives me a lot of quiet time to do market research, stuff that makes me a ton of money. Especially when it comes to scaling systems and thoughts when it comes to scaling real estate wholesaling businesses. So it's hands down something that's always helped me out a lot. Now, like if I'm visiting families, like it's a little different, but like I'll get up a little early and do the work. But that's something that consistently has always helped me get that slight edge and always helped me out a lot. Number 4, which is very close to like working on the weekends, but is me only doing things that I have a passion for. So I will literally only do my work. Like the work that I do is stuff I'm passionate on. I am extremely passionate on flipping properties, wholesaling real estate, doing passive income, investing in things, and just the whole business thing. Like I have a passion for business. I have a passion for talking about business. I have a just passion of doing real estate. I love real estate. I eat, breathe, live this stuff. This thing has changed my life forever. And I have a passion for it. So I love talking about it. Like that's one thing I can always tell you is just have a passion for whatever you're going to do. When I wholesale houses, I actually enjoy doing it. Not a lot of people legit will tell you, a lot of people behind closed doors gurus, they actually don't enjoy wholesaling. They do it as a job. And if you treat this business like a job, you'll get burnt out and you'll quit. I was consistently starting out in this business able to work like 12, 13, 14 hours a day for years starting out in this business because I had a passion for it and I knew what the end goal in mind was. And that always helped me out so much in this business. So what I tell you is if you actually want to work hard on something in real estate wholesaling, you have to have a passion for it. And that is one thing you're going to have to do. If it's not a passion, you got to reevaluate things. Now you can do it for the money for a short term, but like when it comes to consistently putting in the work on something and just not stopping and keeping consistent action with it, number 1, the only thing that's going to push you through the tough times is that passion you have and knowing what the end goal in mind. So that's number 5 too, is keeping the end goal in mind. I think a lot of people, they burn out because they don't have the end goal in mind and they don't have little goals they can accomplish within it. And that stops a lot of people from being successful. And what I mean by this, if you're cold calling 2 hours a day so like, I use my example. Back when I was like a teenager, I was cold calling 5 hours a day, 5 days a week for a year straight in wholesaling real estate. I was cold calling a lot of vacant properties, a lot of high equity lists using like a Mojo dialer, triple line dialer. And it was completely miserable for most people. First of all, I didn't have a passion for cold calling. Like I liked cold calling versus other things. And I didn't really, like I was making money. I had a passion for wholesaling and passion for doing deals, which helped me out a lot with it. I made a consistent schedule doing 5 hours a day of it. But I worked on the weekend doing everything. But like the one thing was I had the end goal in mind. Why am I cold calling 5 hours a day, 5 days a week for a year straight? Because I knew if I do that, I can have so much money saved up. I can have VAs doing it for me and I never really have to cold call ever again if I didn't want to. That was such an awesome goal in mind that I suffered, quote unquote. I suffered. I dealt with the pain of cold calling 5 hours a day, 5 days a week for a year straight because once I did that, I was I never had a cold call for the rest of my life because I made enough money cold calling like that. I knew exactly how to train my people. I figured out, it literally took me 5 hours a day, 5 days a week for a year straight to figure out the right scripts, which I give for free at freewholesaling.com of what works for my wholesaling real estate business. And now I don't cold call. Like I only cold call on the YouTube channel to show you like how to cold call live, but that's helping you guys out, which is really fun for me. And this is like, YouTube channel is like a hobby for me, which we'll break down a little further, but like, I had the end goal in mind, and that's helped push me to the future. Another thing I give to you is have goals in mind that are like mini, Like have the big goal in mind, but also have mini goals in mind of like what you're doing and why you're doing it. This is going to help you like crazy, guys. And what do I mean by this? It's like if you have a goal of doing, 3 deals this month, like a little mini goal, which is a really good goal, not like doing these many calls, but like 3 deals. And like, you can most likely hit that goal if you push it and you hit it. Celebrate, go to Panera Bread or like, I don't know, like what, Capital Grill, like wherever you guys like to celebrate, nothing too crazy, because you still got to, use that money for your business, but like celebrate that, it's something you should be accomplished, something you should celebrate, and have those mini goals in mind to help you reach other goals and then just go to the next one. So it's kind of like the quote, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? And that's the honest way you got to do it, because that elephant's that big goal in mind. But I just went after it like one day at a time, and it helped me out so much in my real estate wholesaling business. And I know it's going to help you guys out too so much. So keep that end goal in mind. Number 6 here, which is a big one for me, a big habit that's always helped me out, was constantly putting pressure on myself. And what do I mean by this? As Michael Scott says, and I'm the same way, I work best when I'm under pressure. And I'm not under any pressure anymore. But I could tell you right now, when it was crunch time, when I was backed up in a corner, when I had to get deals done, I always got them done. When I had to close a deal, when a huge appointment to be going on, I always closed the deal. I always work best under pressure. Every single day of the week, if I got to deal with somebody, like every single time I'm put under the pressure and I put pressure on myself, I destroy my goals. I don't know how the best way to put this, but some people work like that too. And if it is, maybe put that pressure on you. Hey, you need to do this many cold calls this week, and just put pressure on you and just go after it. Some people do really well with it. Not the best advice for some people, but for me, it was really, really good advice. And it's something that I want to share for my own self, because this is my personal channel. And that's always helped me out a lot. Now, let's kind of talk about number 7 here, the 20% rule. This is a huge habit that probably made me millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars because of my real estate wholesaling income. But this is the 20% rule. And I've lived off this rule ever since I was pretty much starting real estate wholesaling. But it's the 20% rule. Basically, I've only spent about 20% of the income I make every single year on living expenses. And the 80% I've always invested in a passive income. This is one huge thing I can tell you, if you want to start implementing in your own self, that will make you financially free in under 5 years. And this has helped me become financially free under 5 years. Now, making millions and millions of dollars does help, but this is definitely a good one. So 20% rule basically states only spend 20% of your income on basically living expenses, rent, food, shelter, health insurance, stuff like that. And basically on the 80%, so 20% is basically to your living expenses, 40% to taxes, and then that other 40% onto passive income. If you invest 40% of all your income on passive income, pay your taxes, and the other 20% on living expenses, you'll be very rich very, very fast, especially in wholesaling real estate. Very, very few wholesalers actually do this, and is hands down one of the best strategies you can be doing in wholesaling real estate. I'm telling you guys, it will change your life if you actually do this and actually go after it. I did not start this rule. Rick did not start this. It's actually from Grant Cardone I've learned this from. And yeah, shout out to him. I don't agree with everything he says, obviously, but this is definitely one thing that if I have implemented, it made me a ton of money. Number 8 here. This is a big one. Maybe a personal habit. I don't know the best way to explain this, but this is removing judgment. I can tell you right now, you need to remove the judgment of others if you want to grow as a person and grow in your real estate wholesaling business. If you care what your friends think, if you care what your parents think to a point of what you're doing, especially when it comes to wholesaling houses, putting bandit signs out, whatever, you will not grow as a business person or in general at all, or personally. When I've stopped caring what other people thought about me in real estate wholesaling, that's when I grew. I had a lot of friends that a little bit judgmental when I was cold calling, a little bit judgmental when I couldn't go to parties in high school because I decided to put bandit signs out at 5 a.m. instead. I had a lot of people judge me because I decided to cold call and not hang out or whatever. And there's all these people, like some are my friends, some of them, like my best friends knew exactly my end goal in mind, number 5 here. But like, you got to remove the judgment of others. Now, I'm not telling you to go not spend time with your kids to go wholesale, right? Like, I'm not telling you to ruin your family life, but like, there's a fine line between when someone's judging you and you decide not to do something for a judgment versus like spending time with family, right? Like, there's a key difference between that. Like I'm skipping my anniversary dinner. I got to go cold call. Yeah, Zach said so. No, I did not tell you to do that, right? Happy wife, happy life. But I can tell you right now is remove the judgment of what other people think of you, and your confidence will grow. And having a lot of confidence in wholesaling is key to doing real estate wholesaling deals. And the ninth, and probably one of my favorite habits I've always had, is have fun. All work and no play makes Zach a dull boy. And that's the honest truth too. Like I can work 13, 14, 15 hours straight. Like I don't care. Okay. I've had some crazy works like streaks before, but like at the end of the day, I always have fun. And I have fun wholesaling real estate. I have fun with Rick. We talk about wholesaling. I have a lot, like I always have a hobby, always have hobbies going. I love watching my NFL, love watching the Miami Dolphins. I love playing video games, watching TV shows. Not like I'll like watch one show, like if I'm just, like once a month or something, but like nothing crazy. Like I'll watch one series like in like 2 or 3 months, like nothing, but like, like, I don't know, 30 minutes on a weekend or something. But like I have constant things I always have fun with, like I'll hang out with friends, everything like that. But I always decide to have fun. And I always like having hobbies and stuff to keep my mind off of real estate wholesaling sometimes. And I have hobbies that keep my mind on wholesaling real estate. Like one big hobby I've done, which has given me a lot of fulfillment in my life, is I used to do a lot of volunteering. A lot of soup kitchens, a lot of Red Cross stuff. And I don't talk about it too much, but like that gave me a lot of fulfillment and made me feel like a better person. The only reason I'm saying this, not to you to think I'm a cool guy or something, but one thing as an entrepreneur that makes some money in wholesaling real estate is I've learned to shift that volunteering of my time into donating money. And that has helped me be more efficient in volunteering and made me feel like a better person and help my actual community. That's always helped me always make more money. So one habit's always made me more money is just giving back. And one thing I figured out is I had another hobby of videography, which I wanted to just record a little documentary of me flipping houses when I was like 18, 19 years old. That grown into a YouTube channel. And that was insane. And basically we're kind of at the YouTube channels where we got 4 YouTube channels right now, and they're all growing like crazy, and making one video for one of the channels right now. And I can tell you, this is a hobby where I talk about wholesaling. Me talking about wholesaling so much has actually built me into an amazing wholesaler, helping people out, testing virtual wholesaling markets, and people sending me JV deals, which is just a win-win for everyone. And I have fun doing this. This is something I actually have a real passion of doing too on the side as like a fun little hobby for me of videography and stuff. So definitely a huge one that I love. So having a passion, giving back. I love giving back to the community. That's why I do everything for free. So I feel good about doing videos like this. And those are the habits that have made me the most money. And feel like these are things that I should share. And hopefully one person gets some value out of it. So guys, if you got any value from this video, smash that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Check out freewholesaling.com and see you soon. Have a blessed one.